Hey, welcome back. We're at the FMCCE in Orlando, Florida today. It's May 30th. And I have with me Aaron Bloom. He's the CEO of Doc MJ. We've known each other for a long time. He's also part of my Florida Medical Cannabis Physicians Group. We meet once a month. So if you are a doctor and watching this, if you're not part of the group, send me an email and we'd be glad to get you part of it. Well, welcome, Aaron.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So tell us, I know you've been in business for a while. Things have changed in the cannabis industry. So kind of tell us the story of Doc MJ and what it means and how it got where it is today.
Sure, I'd be happy to. Thanks. And I'll second your plug for FMCCE. Great organization for Florida physicians to, not FMCCE, but for your medical cannabis group. It's a great place for doctors to come and learn and have input and influence in the program. So hope that people will join us. Doc MJ was founded in 2016 when...
At the very beginning.
Before it actually passed. Well, it was formed before the amendment was passed in November of 2016 in preparation. And the goal was to help patients get access to medical cannabis. It was founded by a physician who was an ER doctor actually, and wanted patients to have the relief and the benefits from medical cannabis.
Right.
And it started sort of out of his car, riding the circuit around Florida, providing care, in Jacksonville on Tuesday, and Tallahassee on Wednesday, and Pensacola on Thursday, and grew from there. Yeah, it's been quite a ride, over nine and a half years now.
Yeah, and you came into the company when?
Very soon after that, beginning of 2017. My background is as a healthcare regulatory attorney. So he came to me, he was a good friend of mine, and often had questions on, hey, this is what the reg says, or we don't know what it says, what do we do? In an attempt to create a company that would be legally compliant. And his goal as a physician was to set up a company where doctors could confidently practice good medicine and compliant medicine. In the early days, there was a lot of legitimate concerns. What's going to happen to my license? Is this illegal? What's going to happen to me and my employer and my other jobs? So I got involved to help him through some of those minefields, and we created a company that we think serves the physicians and serves the patients well.
In fact, I was talking to a physician earlier today, and he had that same problem. He was doing this kind of on, I would say, not on the side, but like doing it on weekends or whatever. And his employer, who I won't mention, said to him, choose one. Choose one. You can't do both. Choose one. And it still exists today.
It still exists today. Certainly more of a concern back then.
Right.
But certainly there are plenty of doctors that cannot do their primary job and this on the side. So it's still a challenge.
Right. So tell us the type of doctors, because you don't have a full-time doctors working with you. You have doctors who are at certain locations on certain days, and they meet with people, and then actually in the state you're actually able to renew by telehealth.
Right.
So tell us how that works within Doc MJ and the network you have.
Yep. So we're flexible. We have about 45 to 50 doctors in Florida who see patients each month. And we're flexible. It depends on what works for the doctors. Some work 40 hours or more. They want to be full-time employed. Most work part-time. A large group of our great doctors are retired, later stage in their career, had great careers in more traditional practices, and now do it because they enjoy it. It's something to do in retirement, gets them out of the house, and they enjoy helping the patients get access to this medicine. And really, when the patients come back, and you get to sort of celebrate the benefits they've had. So most of our doctors are retired doctors who've had really great careers and now want to do this in their part-time life.
And it's interesting when you talk to these doctors, not only are they trying to make a little bit of money on it, but they have a passion for it, and they have really a passion to really help patients. So that the idea of being a doctor, although they've retired, never really went away. They really want to help patients, and this is another way to really help patients.
100%. It's a lower stress, different kind of practice than when you're working for a big healthcare organization. We don't bill insurance, so they don't have that kind of hassle hanging over their head. So it's a really nice practice for doctors who still want to keep their hand in the game, still want to feel useful and be useful, and still bring relief to patients. So it's a great thing, and many of them are very, very happy.
So if a doctor wants to say dip their toe into the business and kind of learn the business and thinking about, well, maybe I'd like to switch my practice over or open up a practice, would you suggest at a point in time to say, try Doc MJ, try it out, it's almost like ride it, see if you like it, see if the types of patients that you're dealing with?
So what we offer for doctors who are interested, and we've learned this over the years, the best way to sort of have doctors get introduced to the practice of medical cannabis is to come and shadow one of our doctors. So they can go talk to a doctor who's experienced, been doing it for 8-9 years, and sit with them and see what a day is like as a Doc MJ physician, and if it's for them and something they think that they would enjoy.
So Doc MJ, you don't want to get too, but Doc MJ, his headquarters in Florida.
Yes,
but you go beyond the state lines. So tell us a little bit about that as far as how you've really expanded your business being the professional in dealing with medical cannabis outside the state of Florida.
Sure, what I did was I looked at the country, what states have medical, and which states have a medical program where I thought our business model would work, work for us, work for the doctors, and work for the patients. So we look at states that have complicated medical programs, not too easy, because if it's too easy, every doctor can do it, and they don't need our support. Where the patients come back frequently enough that the doctors can make sure the patients are doing well. If the timeline is too long, then you send these patients out there and they sink or swim on their own. So a long renewal is just not good medicine. In a state with enough population, that's a place that we think there's a need for our physicians and the kind of practice that we have.
And there in the state of Florida, your first visit has to be in person, sitting across from the doctor. It's a must.
Correct, in the same room.
Same room. And your second visit could be telehealth, and there can be all telehealth.
So
with the same doctor.
With the same doctor, you can see the renewals by telehealth.
By telehealth. There are some states out there that you can actually get your card by telehealth. Many. And you've actually tapped into that market too.
Yes, we're in some of those states as well.
Yeah. So one thing about Doc MJ is that they understand, if you're going to deal with any doctors or any company, understand the medical cannabis business, which is important because you got to have professionals behind you that understand the medical cannabis business and what's best for the patient. And that's something that you teach your doctors.
Well, it's something they don't teach you in med school. They don't teach you after a long career in your specialty. You don't understand the business of medical cannabis or even the regulations, which change.
Oh, yeah.
They change so frequently. That's the other challenge. The standard of care in most traditional medical practices don't change weekly or monthly or annually. Here, when the legislature on the state or the federal level make changes, it's helpful to have the backing of a company that does the research, makes the changes internally to make sure that our physicians are compliant.
And the other good thing about it is you're talking about somebody who is legally minded, so understanding regs and that type of stuff versus somebody who just happens to start one of these businesses and say, let me just throw it to the wind and go with it. So
sure, I was a regulatory healthcare attorney long before I was a medical cannabis business person.
No, that's great. And so if doctors out there, tell us how they can reach you if they're interested, and if these patients are watching this and want to take part in your program, tell us how they do that.
Yeah, they could visit us on our website, which is docmj.com, and contact us through that. Absolutely.
That's great, perfect, and that's the best way to get a hold of them. And you're dealing with a professional organization, and that's what you want to deal with. If you're going to deal in the medical cannabis business, whether you be a doctor or a patient, make sure you're dealing with somebody in the profession that really knows what they're doing. Aaron, I appreciate you stopping by.
It was a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.